Good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 1028. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. What's going on? Looking forward to the weekend. I'm back on the card show circuit tomorrow. Let's flash that Rockford Card Show. Tomorrow, I'll be in Rockford, Illinois, IBEW Banquet Hall. Hey, finally got the address in there, 6820 Miller Road. See me tomorrow. Now, fingers crossed, my delivery from Columbia comes today. I believe it's on a UPS truck here in Middleton, Wisconsin. So hopefully it gets on a delivery truck. I was a little concerned. My latest update yesterday, it was in Minneapolis. And I'm like, shit, there's no way it's going to get on a delivery truck tomorrow morning. It may. So the UPS tracking still says it's going to be delivered by tonight. So hopefully all of my supplies are on my doorstep at some point today. If so, I will have penny sleeves, card savers, top loaders with me tomorrow at the Rockford Card Show, along with more than 50,000 dime box cards. Yes, dime boxes tomorrow in Rockford. Dime boxes. I'll have some dollar boxes too. So the dime boxes are cards you've never seen from me. If you saw Nick last week or 2 weekends ago, whenever it was, the Madison Card Show, I bought his quarter boxes out. And so now they're dime boxes. So I will have those dollar boxes, and hopefully the supplies are in on time. That's tomorrow, Rockford. Looking forward to it. And there hasn't been a Rockford show since I think February the last. It was for me. If there was a March or April show, I was not there. I know they didn't do May because we did the 2-day show in Loves Park. So I think February, at least for me, February was the last time I was at the IBEW Hall. I like the venue. It's a great venue. I like that it's right around the corner from Buffalo Wild Wings. However, I won't be making a B-Dubs trip tomorrow because we're going out with some friends when I get back. So no B-Dubs post card show, which has become like my own tradition. And I just go there. I like after a card. And this is my thing. Like I'll have other dealers be like, oh, you should come out with blah, blah, blah. And I don't like doing that because I'm around you all day. I'm around people all day. And now, even though I'm going to Buffalo Wild Wings, I'm around people. I'm not with people. I don't have to actively converse. I can stare at my phone. I can watch TV, enjoy my wings. So that's what I like to do, but not tomorrow. So I don't know where we're going. My wife suggested, some friends of ours texted yesterday, like, hey, you want to go out one night this weekend? Which Saturday's preferred because I got to get ready for the show tonight. So my wife's like, kind of meet like in the middle. It's still West Side, but Cafe Hollander, which I really like, but I just never go. And amazing beer selection. And I went there often, like years ago, like 8 years, whenever it opened. And they had this amazing, it was called the Duck Egg Burger. And so it was basically a burger, like a regular hamburger, but then there was like duck on it and an egg. So it was like, or maybe maybe it was like, I don't think it was all duck, because have you ever had like a real duck burger? Ooh, see, I don't like. Maybe some people do. There was a burger joint that didn't last long. It was called Point Burger Bar, which I think comes from Stevens Point. It's from the fine folks at the Point Brewery. So they had a place. It was Quaker Steak, Quaker Steak and Lube, that joint, which my father-in-law, rest in peace, loved it. So whenever the notorious MIL and my wife would go out of town and do their shopping trips or art fairs, my father-in-law would text me. He's like, hey, you want to go to Quaker Steak? Because my wife doesn't like that. The notorious MIL certainly doesn't like that. So the guys could go out and have their burgers at Quaker Steak. And then Quaker Steak closed, which I was surprised because it didn't seem to do good business. But it's in a location where restaurants go to die. And I think that's kind of actually what they call it over there in Middleton over by the Costco. So Quaker Steak ended up failing, and then Point, I think Point was the next, and Point did not last, like maybe a year, but I think it also coincided with maybe 2 years. I think the death knell was COVID, because it was there. I only went there one time. It was actually before the Smashing Pumpkins show, and I had a duck burger, and it was it was terrible. It was too, because duck is very rich? Is that what what you would consider duck rich? It's very rich, and I'm like, ooh. But the Cafe Hollander duck egg burger was very good. They ended up not selling it anymore. Maybe other people thought the same of what I thought the Point duck burger was, but I really loved, and I had it. Like, normally I don't order the same thing. I don't order the same thing at a restaurant. I like, I want to try this today. I want to try this. And credit my wife. Usually she says, "Are you sure about that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I want to." She's like, "You really liked this last time." And I'm like, "But I had it already. I want something new." She's like, "I don't think you'll like it." And guess what? It comes out and I don't like it. And I say, "I should have ordered that." You were right. So the duck egg burger at Cafe Hollander was something that I actually did order and did like the second time around. I did order one time. My wife and I had the flu. Oh, and it was a terrible flu. We were both just puking our guts out. Terrible flu. And like just days after recovery, because the flu, when you it takes a while to recover from that. Like when you're shitting and puking all over the place, it takes a few days. It's not like you feel better and like, hey, I'm going to go out back into society. No, it takes a good week, probably, at least for me. I have a long recovery time. I get the man flu. So it was basically the first meal after being sick with the flu. And whatever I ordered, I didn't ask what it was, and I didn't apparently read the description well enough, but it was like a stew. Okay. You get where I'm going with this? And it comes out, and I about barfed in the stew because I had just come off the flu. So stew is not something you want to consume shortly after, flu stuff. Hey, speaking of gross stuff, we're just going to get this all out. So I apologize if you're eating your Cheerios right now. So I had lunch yesterday, and my wife made salmon for the ladies that came over the other night. So she had an extra piece for me. So I had that for lunch yesterday, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have salmon, and I have carrots and a little, what's it called? Hummus. So I had some carrots and hummus along with my salmon. And I was driving, and so I'll transition from this gross story to baseball cards. So I'm driving the Beltline back. The people in the Priuses around here call it the Autobahn. Oh, all those fast drivers on the Autobahn. It's like, well, drive faster. I know Priuses only go 20 miles an hour, but come on, man. And I always like it when we're stuck behind a Prius and it's like we pass and we always look to see what the driver. Oh, I knew it. You always know what the Prius driver looks like. Anyway, I digress. So I'm driving back on the Autobahn. I mean, the Beltline. And all of a sudden I have to pass gas. And hey, I'm in the car by myself. Problem is it's chilly. I don't have the windows down. So it's like, it's the old, what do you call that? Dutch oven? What do you call that? And all of a sudden it just wafts in the air. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. It's that, when there's a fart that has stages of smell, it's like that first it hits you. It's like, oh, that's pretty gross. Oh my God. And it's like 3 stages. It's like it hits you. Oh my God, that's terrible. No, that's the worst fart I've ever smelled. That's the carrot fart. Carrot farts are so fucking disgusting. But I ate a whole bunch of carrots and I'm farting in my car. I'm like, oh my God, make it go away. So that's enough about carrot farts and the just awful smell that they emit. I did go to Walmart. Speaking of awful smells. So I was hopping around Walmart because I was looking for Topps archives. I want to see archives, man. I want to rip some archives. I was really hoping not only for my own, satisfaction, but we could play it on Name That Player. Guess what? Spoiler alert, I didn't find any. So we're going to actually, you know what? I never prepare. We're doing baseball. I've got a pack. So we'll do a pack of cards. Hopefully it's better than our offensive lineman football pack a couple weeks ago. So I went to, so I was going to go to the small mart and the small Walmart and, because that's near where a blue bot, the Madison post office is over there. And I'm like, I'll just hit the two at a time. But I'm like, no, I'm going to go to the east side Walmart because they tend to always stock. And if I don't find any there, then I'll come back. So I just went to the post office, dropped off my packages. I go to Monona, which their Walmart sucks. It used to be the greatest card. It used to be the James says archive retail is at Target next week Walmart. Ooh, okay, good tip. Because see, our targets get stocked like clockwork. It's like he's probably stocking right now in Fitchburg, and then he'll go to where does he go next? And then I think he goes to East Side, and then he goes to Hilldale, and then he comes over to the West Side at like 4:30. So he's like clockwork. Every Friday, his schedule, and he can have a schedule again. He had to get creative during the retail boom. So I went to the East Side Walmart. I could always use envelopes, so it's not a wasted trip because I can get them at Walmart. So here's the thing: somebody mentions it's online right now. I don't want to order it online. It's like I just want to go to the store and get it. I know. It's like I want it, but not that much. So anyway, I went to the East Side. It appeared, and I waited until later in the day. It was like 3:00 when I was over there. Because usually they are stocking at like Thursday afternoon, like after lunch Thursday, this particular store. So I went in, it looked like it had been recently stocked. Like there was a lot of stuff, just nothing I wanted. And then, so I got a couple boxes of envelopes. And I'm like, well, I'll check Monona. I drove past it, but I'll check. It's terrible. It's like they don't even try. So I went, and of course, nothing. And at that point, it's like I already got my envelopes. I could have bought more, but it's like I don't want to. I'm done because this Walmart pisses me off because their card selection sucks. I'm like I'm done. So leave Monona, and I'm driving back, and the other Walmart is on my way home. So the small mart. So I pop in over there. Guess what? The card section is gone. I walk in. I look over now. The card section they had moved it. It was, and this is a small Walmart. So it's a small card section. It's just like this little section next to the self-checkout. And then they moved it like pretty much through the summer. They moved it on the other side. So it's like next to the cart. So it's really a pain in the ass. You walk into this Walmart and the carts where you get the carts are on the left, which is also where the cards are. So if I want to go and there's people like getting carts, so I've got to like, you've got to do the dance and get the cards. So it's like, this is a really annoying spot for cards. Well, fortunately they moved them. They didn't just delete the cards. They moved them. So that was my first concern though, is where are the cards? Did they just take them out? Are they done with cards? Which wouldn't surprise me at this particular store. So I'm walking the checkout. I wasn't going to put too much time into this, but I walked to the other end, kind of by the cigarettes, of course. That's where they put the cards. And it seems like it's a bigger selection. It seems, and it looked like they had just recently done this and stocked it there. If you want Bowman Platinum, go to Walmart, small mart on Watts Road. Bam, man. There's a bunch. There was actually, they must have just stocked because there was Pokemon guy. There was a Pokemon guy. I mean, he was rearing for a good night because he had a 12-pack of Busch Light, some Busch Latte, And he's picking through, getting some Pokemon cards. Like, man, you just need a frozen pizza and you are golden. But there were no good sports cards. Bowman Platinum and junky basketball and football that I didn't want. So I did go and I went and got some more envelopes and saw my way out. So no Topps Archives yesterday, but James mentioned Target this week, Walmart next week. So I will I'll go head out today and look. I'll message my buddy Ryan, see because I know he usually makes the rounds on Fridays. See if he sees any archives out in the wild. So because the nearest Target doesn't get in, and here's the thing though. I'm willing to drive all the way to the east side, hit up Monona, hit up the Small Mart for archives yesterday, but now today I know the schedule, but am I willing to drive for archives? It's like, I'll just wait until 5 until he gets over to the west side. So I don't know. I don't want to order it online because I want instant gratification. I don't want to order it and then have to wait 3 days or a week or however long it takes for them to ship. I just want instant gratification. I want my Topps Archives and I want it now. So we'll see. We'll see if I get the itch. I'll message Ryan, see if he's out, if he's seen any, and then go from there. I do have the card, and I don't want hobby boxes. Like there might be some dealer, I don't know who would have. I don't know if any card shops are setting up tomorrow, but maybe there's hobby boxes tomorrow. But I don't want it. The hobby boxes are expensive. I don't want a hobby box of not archives. So we'll see. So that was my day. Carrot farts, Walmart's, and we had we had workers, and this is why I waited until later in the day to do my errands, run my errands. We had our contractor was over and installing a couple doors. So we have this screen porch, and we have doors for the screen porch, and there's a door that leads out to the deck, and then a door that goes to the side of the house, and that's where we take Biscuit to go potty, like depending on where we're at, wherever we go. My wife always likes her to take her out through that screen porch and out. And like in the winter, that's probably what it's gonna be the easiest. Like if there's snow on the ground. So my wife went through a phase where she was like really busy with stuff, and she and normally, like if it's important, like she will take. But for screen doors on the porch, she's like, yeah, just go with that. Now, I don't have any input. Well, I have input, but it's like after the fact. My wife will it's okay, I like these 3. And there's been a lot where she's like, okay, what's your favorite out of these 3? And then I'm like, that one. And what's funny is usually we choose the same. We both like our first choice. Like they're all kind of the same, but I like that one. And she's like, yeah, me too. When it comes to food, it's like, she's like, well, here's 3 choices. What do you want? And I'm like, this one. She's like, no, I don't want that one. I'm like, oh, how about this one? No, I'm not feeling it. I'm like, are you feeling any of them? So that's when it comes to choice. That's pretty much, or my wife is like, this is what I picked out. I'm like, oh, that's nice. I don't care. Because she's good at picking out stuff. Like otherwise it'd just be freaking milk crates and couches I picked off the curb, right? So they installed these screen doors a while back, and not good. And when I say it's not good, so they installed them, and my wife comes home the day they installed them, a couple months ago, and I'm like, did you see the doors on the porch? She's like, no, I haven't looked yet. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, you might want to look. And she's like, what's wrong with them? I'm like, well, they're kind of shitty. I'm like, there's a couple problems. One, they're like shitty. They're like super, super shitty. So when snow, we get snow here, When snow, like one winter is probably going to break these doors. Second, this one doesn't even have an inside door holder. I guess we could aftermarket. I could probably even put one on there. I don't want to, but I could. And she's like, and I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, this is not going to work. Like, this isn't even going to work right now. And it's summer. Can you imagine what it's going to be like when it's 20 degrees with a foot of snow on the ground? So we had our contractor come back out. We had to special order because the dimensions on one door was not common, apparently. I think that's why they had to go with these doors originally. So we got new doors. And it was basically like having these doors was basically like, and even the porch is nice. It's nice and painted, and it's like having everything in your house is brand new. And then your couch is like from the 1970s that you picked off the curb. It's like that brown flowery pattern from 1978. That's kind of what it would be like. So contractors, new doors, love them. Doors are apparently, and I learned this yesterday, doors apparently, the screen doors apparently swing out. They're only made to swing out. I don't know. At least these are, I guess. So they had to reverse engineer it. So which is fine. Like, it's way better than the previous. That's fine. And so one of the doors, the one that goes to the deck, actually swings out normally. It's fine. The one that goes to the outside steps swings in backwards. It's okay. It works. It locks from the inside. Can't get in without a key from the outside. Everything was reversed. Looks from the outside, it looks a little strange, but that's fine. We don't care. So that was my day. Carrot farts and all. How was your day? Let's go into the chat. Friday. Just George in the house. What's up? Good evening to you. Shane is here. Good morning. Kyle, what's happening? Yeah, and so also speaking of Kyle, because Kyle lives in the area of Lena Winslow, 2 towns, not one. Lena Winslow High School hosting my alma mater, Anawan, along with Wethersfield. Anawan Wethersfield Titans tomorrow in the quarterfinals of the Class 1A state football playoffs. And I had considered maybe if the show is slow in the afternoon and the game is competitive by the time I'll make that drive. It's about 40 minutes, I think, from Rockford to Lena. I'll make that drive over. But now we're going out with some friends. So it's and it was probably what I probably wouldn't have gone, even if it was a close. It's I'll just listen to it on the radio. I'm sure it's on the radio. Value Box Digger, I felt like Bo this morning fighting my internet to work. Oh, no. I don't think I've had too many internet problems at this house. My TV in the rec room is not hard. I need to get it hardwired, but I think I need, for some reason, it didn't work. I got to have a friend come over and look at it. Card Hobbyist, what's up? Good morning. Because sometimes it'll and I have to, but if I turn it off and on, it works. Like the internet all of a sudden magically pops on, but it just free. I get the spinny wheel. It's like, what the hell? And sometimes it's worse. Like last night, I didn't get the spinny wheel once because I was down here watching the Bears game. I think did the Bears win last night? I didn't. I turned it off and went upstairs at halftime, but I didn't get the spinny wheel at all. Bears with the W. Okay, Bears win. Improve odds for first pick of the draft, which is weird to say. And so last night was a win-win or a lose-lose. We'll go glass half full. It was a win-win. So the Bears win the game. So the Bears win the game, but they beat the Panthers, who are still in the competing for the first pick. So are the Bears. The Bears, but kind of hurts the Bears with the win, but it helps their cause because they also get Carolina's first pick. So I'm not sure what the order. Well, I guess we're going into another week. That was Thursday. So we're going into another weekend. But the Bears have, is that their third win? Second win? Was not pretty, but not expecting pretty. Flash, I like that. Richard, what's up? Good morning. Good morning, Flawed Thinker. Oh, Bitcoin up another K. Up another K. Billy Joe, good morning. Dan's in the house. Happy Friday. Low roller. I got dime boxes tomorrow. Come see me in Rockford. 50K card for 10 cents each. If you sold all of them, that's $5,000. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that, if you sold every card? Unfortunately, that's not the way it works. I'd be happy to make 500 tomorrow. My goal, and so I'll just be transparent because Card Show, I'll share dollars and cents on Card Show stuff. Normally my goal with quarter boxes and value boxes and just the random supply sales, typically my goal is 200 to 300, and 200 is kind of low, but it kind of depends on what I have, like Janesville, like 200, like I was kind of happy. I think I made right at 200 in Janesville a couple weeks ago, but I didn't have anything new and I had just done a show. Tomorrow, I've always done really well in Rockford with my bargain boxes. I've done really well in Rockford. In fact, the January and February shows, January, there was like a blizzard. And I think I did like $800 on quarter boxes. So during a blizzard. Now, I'm certainly not expecting to make that kind of money tomorrow. I think realistically 200, I think I would be a little disappointed with 200 tomorrow, but you always have to go in with low expectations. Like the chances are it's like, now I've got mainly dime boxes, so it's going to take a lot more cards to sell. But I'm going to fill the box and hopefully people spend $50 a pop. That's always your goal, volume, right? So I think 200 would be a little disappointing. 300 would be nice. 300 would be nice. A little extra cash for next weekend, Chicago Sports Spectacular. I'll be there walking around looking to cherry pick and buy. So tomorrow, Rockford, scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Good morning, Steel Cards. What's up? Thanks for the help last night. You betcha. There's always good stuff going on, good chat going on in the Hobby Evolution Facebook group. Hobby Evolution Facebook group. Right now, we've got some discussions. If you're not already a member, go hit it up. I'm still not logged in on this computer, but just type in Hobby Evolution on Facebook and it should get you there and we'll get you approved. A couple of the recent conversations that have been going on the last couple days, talking about Card Dealer Pro, talking about Chronazio, File Exchange. We've got a really good discussion going on about promotions. And I've shared this before. Like I think 10 to 12% is the sweet spot for promotions on eBay. You will, if you're only doing 2%, you will definitely see. I will go out on a limb and say I guarantee you will see an uptick in impressions, which should, if you're priced right, lead to more sales. If you go up to 10%. If you want to stay at 2%, I kind of hope you do, because that just means more people see my stuff before they see your stuff. But I experimented with 20% and I shared this. I did a month, and I was going to share this on one of the blowout forums. Let's see if I can. Let me go into my promotions and I want to get the dates, and I actually want to see the hard numbers on when I ran this. Shit, is it gonna? I still struggle on between promotions, because it's like promotions and promotions. Like you have promotions, which are volume discounts, 10% off, whatever, no minimum purchase, all that crap. That's also a promotion. Then you also have promoted listings. I can never, is it under advertising maybe? Okay. Is this it? Looks like I've done a couple. Oh, or did I not even separate it from? Oh, I think I used the same campaign. I did not create a new campaign. Fuck. Yeah. because all of these are older. Shit. So I just edited my current campaign and went up to 20%. So I don't have, unless, is there a way to go drill into this campaign? Come on. Generate reports. There's got to be a way where it showed. Fuck. Let's see. Let's go last 90 days because it was definitely within the last 90 days. Okay, so it's basically going to generate a report. So we'll see if it drills down and I'm able to see if it breaks down. Okay, here's when this campaign was at 12% and here it was at 20%. But I'm willing to do it. I mean, it didn't really cost me much extra. I didn't see an uptick when I went to 20%. I did it for about a month. My impressions basically were the same as they were at 12%. And it's like, well, you gave eBay all that extra money. I didn't really. Like most of my, the highest I paid on a promoted listing was 16%. And most of them were still in that 12% range. So it really didn't cost me too much because there wasn't a ton of volume in that time. Did it cost me a few bucks? I'm sure it did, but it was worth it just to see, sometimes the value lies in the exercise and the data you receive, as opposed to just folding your arms and being like, I'm not doing it. I'm not giving eBay money. Sometimes just give eBay money because you'll learn something. Education is not free. Victor, good morning. I'll be at the card show at Bridgeview. Cliff Levingston and Jim Miller will be signing. Nice. Go Bears, go Cubs. I like it. Let's see. Bill's in the house. What's going on, Bill? Running Buck Woodcraft in the house. Happy Friday. Shane says, what's wrong? You don't like a bowl of stew that looks like chunky diarrhea? No, I don't. People don't drive Priuses anymore, do they? Oh, yeah, man. Madison is the Prius capital of the world. Madison is infested with Subarus. It's a Prius and a Subaru is like 90% of the vehicles on the roadways in Madison. Yes, Prius. I'm going to do a count. Okay. If I go out and about today, I'm going to tally Priuses and Subarus that I see. It's probably fairly close. It's funny. We have friends of ours, and they have a Prius and a Subaru. My buddy Mark has a Subaru. The friends that we're going out with tomorrow night have one car. It's a Prius. So it's just Priuses and Subarus. Every other car in Madison. Collector's Dream, what's going on? Good morning. Sports card ripping teacher. Come to my classroom for a day and no smell will ever bother you. Oh, yeah. So what grade? If you're teaching like 7th grade, junior high, oh, man. Yeah, that's some nasty smells. Archive retail at Target next week, Walmart. Target online has it right now. Let's see. I have 3 Walmarts that are around where I live. And after all the COVID debacles with everybody taking all the cards, they stopped selling them. That's interesting. We didn't really have any debacles here locally within our Madison stores. I think we had, oh my God, there were some days where at one point you had to like go in and register. Like this all sounds so foreign, even though it was only a year and a half ago. It seems so foreign to think if you wanted to buy a blaster box of cards, A, you were limited to 1, and B, you had to go like Friday morning and sign up to get in line to purchase that blaster box. Like it just seems so foreign. And it was so different. But yeah, I think they increased their stock here. I think Phoenix, like when I go to spring training, last couple of years I've been at spring training, no cards at Walmart's or Targets. I don't think actually the last time I got cards in spring training was the COVID year, but it was before COVID hit. I was there like as it was just entering as they discovered it was, who knows when it actually did enter the U.S., but when the breakouts were happening, I think in Seattle, I think Seattle, Washington had some breakouts of COVID early on, February, March. That's when I was down in spring training. Shane says, so James, what you're saying is I should go to Target before work, even though it's 28 minutes out of the way. Actually did that yesterday, but I went to Walmart. Sad day. Didn't know. Neither did I. Yeah. But I did need it. I didn't need envelopes, but I always need envelopes. Are like toilet. If you're doing volume sales on eBay, envelopes are like toilet paper. They just stock up. You're not going to let them go to waste, and they won't spoil. Good morning. Good evening, Dan. What's up? Merle's in the house. Good morning. Time for some listing and shipping. Do it up. Do it up. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do any listing today. I listed some lots last night. Listed a few. I think I did like 300 or 400 cards using card. There were a lot of reports, and this was reported in Facebook group. A lot of people were having issues with Card Dealer Pro. Now, I didn't use Card Dealer Pro like after lunch, afternoon yesterday. But in the morning, I had zero issues with Card Dealer Pro. Like it was working like normal. It wasn't slow or anything. So I'm not sure if those popped up later in the day or what, but in the morning hours, at least, it was humming along. Sports card ripping teacher lattes. He knows how to party. Some Busch lattes. Shane says all this beer talk reminded me that with my new work hours, I actually get off work in time to go to my local brewery after work. Can't beat that. Grinding for good. Happy Friday. Hall of Fame card collector said she picked out you. Headed behind the cheddar curtain after school. First stop is Bigfoot to get some Moon Man. There you go. Some new Glarus. Bigfoot. Oh, Bigfoot, Illinois. Do they have Moon Man in Bigfoot? Because technically that's on Illinois. Although maybe they've gerrymandered Bigfoot because there's that is that steakhouse. And it's Bigfoot's like right on the border, right on the Wisconsin-Illinois border. Kyle says, don't follow high school football too much anymore, but Lena Winslow is kind of the Northwest Illinois version of the Brady Patriots always seem. Yeah, they do. I have a feeling they're going to dominate my alma mater tomorrow. Dan reports the score 16-13. So the Bears with the win. So how's the standing shake out now? I think Carolina's only won a game, but the good news is Bears get Carolina's first pick. Where are we at? NFL standings. All right. So we've got the Patriots 2-7. Broncos and Titans are 3-5. So that's in the AFC. NFC. Giants are 2-7. Bears 3-7. Shit, we're falling down the draft board. Panthers are 1-8. Cardinals are 1-8. So Panthers and Cardinals right now we're in the driver's seat for that number one pick. So let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the best pick, the Bears would be at number 5, but they would also get Carolina's 1 or 2. So number 1 pick or number 2 pick and the number 5 pick. Terry, what's up? And it may be lower based on tiebreakers, all that stuff. I don't know because there's multiple teams with 3 wins. Happy Friday, Terry. How many boxes on $1 each in the show? I don't know. I think I have like $8 boxes, but they're like the shoe boxes, the 2 rows. Good morning, Johnny M. Just wondering how many Bitcoins LRS owns. Must be pretty heavily invested to mention it every day, right? Low roller, how many Bitcoin do you have? Minneapolis Kid, do you demote cards from your quarter box to dime box after a while? So no, the answer is no, because I don't typically do dime boxes. The only reason I'm doing dime boxes this time is because I bought all of a dealer's quarter boxes at the Madison Card Show. I went through, picked out some cards, and I'm like, I'm going to just do dime cards. I haven't done dime cards in a while. So typically what I do around this time, depending on, it really depends on my card show schedule. Like the last couple of years, I haven't really done too many December shows, but I think I will be doing at least 2 December shows this year. is I'll take that time where I'm not doing shows to like cherry pick. And basically what I do is I go through and put some quarter boxes out to pasture, whether I bulk them out or I put them on sale for $50 a box. And I'll cherry pick through, take out the cards I want, and then just set the rest on the side and do whatever. And then I'll just create new quarter boxes with fresh inventory. So that's typically how I roll it out. I may just because, well, and it depends on inventory. Like if all of a sudden I buy a bunch of lots, bulk or whatever, get another Goodwill pallet, and I have all this stuff that I can create new quarter boxes, I'll do that. If I don't, then I probably will do the diamond. Usually I have enough inventory coming in that I can just keep not recycling, but keep creating new, fresh inventory. How are your eBay sales going? eBay sales have been a mixed bag lately over the last month and a half, which is kind of expected because of the time of year. It's actually been pretty steady, slightly below average, but much better than pretty much most of half of October. The beginning of October, October was a roller coaster. You know, I think I mentioned this before, like the first week was great. And then there was like a 10-day stretch where it was just terrible. And then there was another week where it was great. And then it was terrible. And then it was good. And it was average. So it looks like November started out really bad. First 4 days of November sucked. Last 4 or 5 days have been right about average. So it's been up and down. And that, again, is to be expected with this time of year. You know, I went in, did some basketball listings, did some football listings just to diversify a little bit. Yesterday, I did some more baseball. Baseball sells year round. I mean, even though it's off season, right now you'll start to see some movement with free agency. You know, somebody's in the news, all of a sudden this sells. You'll get pockets of, you know, I want to buy a bunch of Roger Clemens cards, or, you know, name a retired player. So happy Friday, peeps in the house. Tracy is here. Good morning. Donald, what's happening? He's at 15% on promotion. Jason's Card Shop in the house. Good morning. Getting the 100-year-old main drain in my house replaced right now. Yay me. The main drain. My mind went in the gutter there for a second talking about your main drain. So your house's plumbing, not your own. Johnny M, I seem to get more sales when I end listings and delist as sell similar. I've done that a few times. Not enough to say whether it has worked for me or not. But I've heard a lot of people say that really works for them. A lot of people have said that. Johnny did 500 listings yesterday, sold some stuff that has been sitting, and got a bunch of offers to go through. Very nice. Very nice. Maybe I'll give that a shot here soon. I've done it randomly. Usually I just do 200 at a time, just randomly. Although I did find, I can't believe I've never seen this, because what I do is I go into like manage listing. I go to listings and then active. And I'm like, there's got to be a way where you can find like what's ending today. And I finally found it. See if I can find it. Yeah. So I have, you know, I want to keep track. I may create a separate tab in my spreadsheet, because today I have over 1,000 items, quote, ending today, you know, where their 30-day clock runs out and it starts fresh, because it's you know, it's a listing that just renews. So I may just keep track of because it seems like when you're doing volume sales, it seems like all of a sudden it's like, why did I sell like 7 of these cards? Just random. They've been in my store for 2 years and I just randomly sell 7, because I think it's their clock is winding down. So it's like ending soonest. So I have over 1,100 items ending today on their clocks. It'll be interesting to see what type of sales day I have, because there's going to be a lot of items on the ending soonest. So I'm going to monitor that today, see how many sales I get. But then maybe next week I'll do some I'll do some more of the end sell similar. Victor, the rookie card specialist. What's up? Good morning. The problem I'm seeing with my promotions is that I have best offer on all my listings. If I do a 30% off, I start getting offers much lower than the 30%, right? Right. JW, good morning. The Bears with a win. Peeps, good morning. Low roller scratcher did well on skill games. Ben's in the house. TGIF. He's here for the Craig Counsell slander. Who's with me? Max is with you. Max is with you on Craig Counsell slander. They all drive like, yeah. Subarus and Priuses. It's almost like they take over your body. Like a normal driving human being, once they sit down in a Prius or a Subaru, all of a sudden they forget how to drive the speed limit and they're going 45 and a 65. Shane says, Victor, I get the same thing, running a 25% off sale at the moment, and I get lots of offers. Some outright buyers, but lots of people still like throwing an offer on cards, even though I'm already below comps. Carlo does vintage in the house. What's up? Peep says, forgive me if this has been asked. Do you consider your $1.50 free shipping cards basic advertising? I'm not really a seller, but after fees and postage, it may be near a wash. So $1.50 free shipping is actually, let's see, I think it's maybe a dime or a nickel. So that's not the goal. Like my goal isn't to sell $1.50 free shipping 100 times a day because I'd freaking be poor. The goal is my volume discounts, 25% off 7 or more. So that pulls people in and trying to get inventory to where I have the selection that people want. My goal isn't to sell a $1.50 card. My goal is to sell 20 of them to the same buyer. And so that transaction is a, $25 to $35 transaction and not just one singular $1.50 transaction. It's the Costco chicken. It's the rotisserie chicken. Costco loses money on their $5 rotisserie chickens, but have you ever gone into Costco and bought a $5 rotisserie chicken? I'm sure some people have, yes, but a majority of them leave with a cart full with $200. That's just to get you. So that's my get you, my $1.50 free shipping cards. AA cards in the house. What's up? Good morning. Shane, yes, envelopes were also part of the trip to Walmart and they were out. So it was just a bad trip. That's actually interesting that you mentioned that because I was thinking about that yesterday on my trips. And there was a time where we had like an envelope. Remember when on Hobby Evolution, I would complain about, I can't find envelopes. Now it's like, I can go buy as many envelopes as I want. They're always in stock. I would have to, drive all over the place. Max says Bigfoot, Wisconsin. Oh, is Bigfoot in Wisconsin? So the border must be on the other side of Bigfoot. I thought Bigfoot was on the, or is there a Bigfoot, Wisconsin? Is there a Bigfoot, Wisconsin? I'm just wondering where, but now I've got to Google it. Oh shit. Because I drive through Bigfoot all the time. Not all the time, but Bigfoot, Wisconsin. The Bigfoot Inn. So State Line Road. So no, I think Bigfoot's in Illinois. Let's see. Bigfoot, Illinois. Unless there's another town called Bigfoot. Well, come on. I don't want to search for Bigfoot, Illinois. I want to find the Bigfoot. Let's just town of Bigfoot. Or actually, you know what? If I just Google Bigfoot Inn. Bigfoot Inn. Oh, technically, Bigfoot Inn's address is Harvard, Illinois. So does Bigfoot even exist? Bigfoot town. But I think the border, I'm pretty sure Bigfoot is in Illinois because if I'm remembering correctly, the sign that says welcome to Wisconsin is north of Bigfoot. So here's the thing. New Glarus doesn't distribute outside of Wisconsin. But sometimes doesn't mean you can't sell it on the Illinois side of the border. You don't have to get a distributorship. You can, we had, when I worked at the grocery store, Dean's Tap was across the street. And sometimes Dean would come over because she was out of Old Milwaukee Light. And she'd come over to the grocery store and buy a couple cases of Old Milwaukee Light. So you can do that. Now, it's not legal. You'll get fined for selling it out of state, but it doesn't mean you can't try. Hall of Fame card collector says, I have WNBA Prism 2023 hobby box coming today. Your thoughts on that product? Zero thoughts on that. I know nothing about basketball, so I cannot offer any advice on that. It was $80. You could tell me it was 25 or 250, and I'd be like, oh, okay. Because I just don't know anything about it. TD Sports Cards, what's up? Speaking of cards coming, though, my NPB stuff should be coming today or next week. I don't know, sometime soon. I think they shipped it. Blowout. They're fast at shipping. There's a little general store type place. I've always assumed it was Wisconsin, but maybe not. I don't want to be the one to blow their cover. I think Bigfoot is actually Illinois. So shh. Secret's safe. Flawed Thinker says the kicker for the Panthers should be let go. He attempted a 59-yarder and wasn't even close. Most kickers, that's a long way. Might have made it from 50. I've seen high school kickers 59, man. Come on. What's the record's like 64. I don't think he should be let go for missing a 59-yarder. Cubby Knoll, what's up? Here for the Ohtani talk. I love it. Let's see. Harlan in the house. Good morning. Max says Bigfoot is actually just a high school, apparently, where Travis Frederick went. That's a different Bigfoot. There is so here's the thing. I think the name of the high school is Bigfoot, but the high school is actually in Wisconsin. In is it Darien? What the hell is north of Bigfoot? Bigfoot's in Illinois. Bigfoot's on the Illinois side of the border. Because the sign "Welcome to Wisconsin" is north of Bigfoot. So like where the Bigfoot Inn, the cemetery, what else is there? Because I've driven through it multiple times. But I think I always get Darien and Delavan, and there's another D. Bigfoot, because Bigfoot High School is in Wisconsin. Because Big Walworth, I was way off. So yeah, Bigfoot High School is the name of their high school. It's in Walworth, Wisconsin, but the actual little hamlet of Bigfoot is on the Illinois side of the border. Mark says, what's your rule for sleeves and top loaders on dollar, quarter, and dime boxes? So this is a great question because I've kind of adjusted my strategy on this. Initially, I was dime boxes, sleeveless, quarter boxes, penny sleeved, dollar boxes in a top loader or card saver. Just and that's just for easy differentiation. So if you have everything penny sleeved, it's like, well, which box did this come out of? Like, came out of there. Well, that box should be over there in the dollar section. Well, it wasn't. Like, I'm not going to buy these. I assumed when I started looking, this happened to me it's actually happened to me same dealer twice at two different card shows where I just start going through. I'm like, wow, this is a great deal for a dime. He's like, no, those should be a quarter. And I'm like, well, I don't want them for a quarter. Like either you give them to me for a dime or I put them back because they were here. I did not put them here. And it's almost like he blamed me I'm like, I walked up and started digging through this box in this exact location. I did not move around. There's probably cameras somewhere around here. Go get the film. And some of you probably know who this dealer is. He's not local. He never sets up in Madison, but he sets up in some other shows. So it was actually at the Chicago Spectacular where I think it happened the first time. And because he doesn't have none of them are different. Some of them are sleeves, some of them are unsleeved, none of them are in top loaders. And it's like this table is quarter cards, this table is dime cards, but people will move stuff around. Like that's why you should differentiate. It's like, well, I found him over on this table. Well, somebody moved him. It's like, okay, I'm not playing these games. So that's why I like to differentiate. That way you don't have to, accuse your customers of moving stuff around. So I have adjusted that though. I've adjusted. Now I don't care about sleeves. Quarter boxes, if they're sleeved, if they're not sleeved, I'm not going to take the time because there's just not enough money in it to take that time to sleeve. So if they're sleeved, I leave them sleeved. If they're not sleeved, I leave them not sleeved. However, I do differentiate. I do dollar boxes. I do top load dollar boxes. And so that's my own rule. Everybody does it differently. There's no right or wrong way. But for me, that's my way. And it's kind of how I won't do dime box, quarter box, dollar box all at the same time. It's either like tomorrow, I'm doing all dime boxes and dollar boxes. So the dollar boxes, they're all top loaded. The quarter cards or the dime cards are either sleeved or not sleeved. So it's easy. Cardboard Critters in the house. Will you be up to the KI Center show in Green Bay? Unfortunately, no. I will be. That is the same day. I will be in St. Charles, down in the suburbs. St. Charles card show is that same day. So unfortunately, I won't. I need to make it back to Green Bay because I haven't done that show since the very first one in May of 2022. Sports card ripping teacher. I usually hit it up on our way to Delavan. There you go. And now their secret's out. Hey there. What's up, Uncle Rich? Like percent slightly above the Mendoza. Better than below. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Terry says, don't mean to get personal, but do you think you could still sell cards full-time if you didn't promote a card show? Based on eBay alone, no. Absolutely not. And honestly, I don't know if I ever could have. I mean, based on scale. Now, will there be a time where I can solely depend on eBay income? That's the goal, right? But no. I could not solely depend on, and there's I have multiple streams of income. Like it's not just eBay. It's not just the card show. There's multiple streams of income. So, and that's why I don't recommend, it because now not only are we in a soft market, now there was a time where, I was making more money doing it part-time during the boom, and making more that I was at my job, and I had a decent job. And it's like, wow, that was fun. That was fun. And that was before, and that was probably before I started the card show. But yeah, there's multiple streams of income. So, I wouldn't put all in if you're in this, like, you can't just, and I'm not built to sell on multiple platforms. Like my mind does not work selling on multiple platforms. So that's why I keep everything, I have bulk sales and sales on the side. I have card shows that I set up at, card show that I promote. So multiple little streams coming in. Uncle Rich says sub and all those good words. You betcha. And it also, going back to this, it also depends where you live. I mean, if you own a home in Seattle or San Francisco, it's probably not going to work. Or New York City, because in New York City, you're not only is it expensive, but it's expensive for a very small square footage. If you live in the rural Midwest, it can be, your expenses, home and all that stuff is cheaper than in a city. So it all depends. Like everybody's situation is different. So I can't tell you, yes, do it. No, don't do it, because, health, family. Do you have to support a family? Do you have multiple incomes in your household? Are you raising children? Like there's a lot of different, do you need health insurance? All that stuff. Johnny M says your sucky sale days are better than my great sale days. Well, that's in my great sale days are a lot suckier than Burbank and some of the others. Let's see. Sports card ripping teacher. Ohtani is coming, but I don't like all the national people talking about it. I said it on my channel a few weeks ago, but I make a lot of predictions. I don't know. I'm falling into the trap of all the rumors. I'm falling into those traps, but I'm keeping an open mind. Like I thought Bryce Harper was signing with the Cubs. Like I would have put money on it, and I was heavily disappointed. So I don't want to be heavily disappointed. I'm just going to take everything. I'm going to read. I'm going to get excited when I see some of those national reports and rumors. But I'm going to try to forget about it and not stew on it. Hoping and wishing. Happy Friday, Peter. What's up? So when I go there today, I will see if I can place a bet. If it goes through, I'm in Illinois. There you go. There you go. I wonder how that works on state lines. Because I mean, it's here's the thing. It's based on towers, right? Because even though you may be standing in Illinois, but if you're on cell data, it may be pulling from Walworth. It may be pulling from a tower in Wisconsin. I wonder if that's, I don't know. I assume that's how it works. Somebody that knows technology may be able to answer that. But if you're standing, if the border, if the sign, and who knows what the actual borders are, but there's a sign over here, and I'm standing here. Is it going to pull from the Illinois tower? Or on the other side, if you're in Wisconsin, is it going to pull from the Illinois tower in Harvard? It's interesting. I always hit the mom and pop grocery stores to empty them out of their envelopes. Max says, I mean, highly illegal to transport alcohol across state lines. Yeah, and Google it. Google New Glarus, Minnesota, or New Glarus, Illinois, and I'll Google it for you. I know Minnesota gets busted a lot. New Glarus sales, Minnesota. Chicago Tribune. Present. I mean, you can do it. It's not impossible for a bar to sell New Glarus beer in another state. It's illegal, but it can be done. So, Minnesota bar near the Wisconsin border is accused of selling popular Wisconsin beer, a felony offense. Illegal to sell in Minnesota and every other state in the union not named Wisconsin. Let's see. Definitely thought Bo would talk about Twitter Jersey guy from last night. Oh, Matt. I forgot about that. Yeah. That was, and I may talk about that in a future episode, because I do have thoughts and opinions on many things, including the discussion on Twitter with Matt. Max says, I can't believe there are businesses that would do that, but when people see dollar signs, there's no stopping them. Saw that in the cards. In small towns like, I grew up in small town Illinois, and the smoking ban in public places went into effect in 2005, 2006, somewhere around there. I was still bar hopping in my 20s. And, there was still there's probably still bars in Illinois today, and it's been 15 years. There's still bars today that you can smoke inside in small towns, and they don't care. That's just what they do. And I'm sure the same type of attitude is when it comes to selling New Glarus beer outside of Wisconsin. Dan, oh yeah, I didn't even mention this. Jason Benetti, now with the Tigers. What are the White Sox doing? I honestly feel bad for White Sox fans because of the mismanagement of the entire organization, not just the on the field product, but when it comes to the general manager. And, it's like that they are Jerry Reinsdorf. Oh my God, I don't want to say, because I don't know other owners in major sports, but he's got to be on a short list of worst owners in professional sports, right? I mean, Dan could probably help on that opinion, or other White Sox fans. But yeah, Jason Benetti, one of the best announcers in baseball, and the White Sox don't re-sign him. And he goes to their rival in Detroit. He's now the Tigers play-by-play guy. I was hoping, because I'm not a Boog Shambi fan, I was hoping the Cubs would get rid of Shambi. He can go focus on national stuff, and Cubs get Benetti. Red Light 34, he says, hit the like button. Thank you, sir. The joke's on us. There is no Bigfoot the city. It is big. It is big. It's like a town. It is literally a town. I don't think it's incorporated, but Bigfoot is an actual town. There's a sign. There is a sign that says Bigfoot. I'll take a pic. I'll be driving through next weekend. As a matter of fact, I'll be driving through Bigfoot, Illinois. Bigfoot Inn is in Bigfoot. There's a cemetery. There's even a town sign that says Bigfoot. Let's see if I can find an image. I'm seeing a lot of images of the actual Bigfoot. Well, artist interpretation. Oh, so the Bigfoot Inn, we've got a picture of. I want to see the town sign. The town sign of Bigfoot. Huh. Okay, but I can assure you it is an actual town. It just may not be legally a town. It's separate. Harvard's like, 6, 7, 8 miles from Bigfoot. James says Bigfoot has a nice state park. Gimme Travis Frederick. Illinois can keep 75% of Madison and everything south. Make money unlimited. What's up? I picked the Bears kicker last night for multiple fantasy teams. That was a good move because how many field goals did he have? It was at 3 at halftime, I think. Let's see. I have a couple of exceptions, but my basic rule is similar to Bo, except I only put cards I sell at shows at $10 or more in top loaders. Dan says that's a good pickup on Cairo Santos. Let's see. The 3 field goals in the first half were nice to see. Can Rep Santos claim him as a relative? He claims about everything else. And every card I have for sale should be in a penny sleeve, but I'm changing slightly in some non-penny sleeved cards with a quarter as well. We've actually gotten to Tony Gwynn like percent and are approaching 10. Oh, wow. We've moved up fast. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Max says, don't say that. We don't want big city people up here. It's exactly like Yellowstone. We just want to be left alone. Uncle Rich says, I'm a fib. Uncle Rich says, Burbank also has at any time mid double-digit employees. Absolutely, yeah. A lot of overhead. Otani with the wind blowing out, that would be a blast. Oh, man. Don't get me excited, Rich. So if it's a sports betting app, it uses a location verifier, and it will be where you are actually standing. Oh, so it's like what, geo-caching? Is that what it is? So interesting. There you go. So it's not just, look how outdated I am. Oh, it's going to pull from a gas cell tower. Wife just asked me to buy tickets for us to go to the Baltimore Aquarium tomorrow with our kids. I told her it would be $200. Damn. She immediately said, never mind. I'm not paying that much to see Nemo. That dude says, cards stuck in old penny sleeves are a pain. Random pet peeve because I had to free a few hundred cards last night. Yeah. One of the bulk lots that I bought was a bunch of 90s football. And not only are they old penny sleeves, but they were like frayed at the top. And every time I would take cards, they would like crunch and I would have like little messes of plastic. Ugh. And I still have like 2 rows of those damn cards that need to be freed. It's like, I just want to throw them away because I don't want to mess. And when I say I don't want to mess, that really means something. Double A card says Jerry Reinsdorf could screw up a wet dream. Okay, that's kind of what I was thinking. The Benetti news is crushing. Great guy. Absolutely. Brian says, good morning. Haven't caught you live in weeks. Work is dumb. I agree. Welcome back. Good to have you. Time to play. I could play. We can play Name That Player. Max says, don't bother. I could care less. You could care less, or you could not care less. It's Illinois, Chicago, and Flatland. So here we go. Let's play Name That Player. We are going to go baseball today. It's a pack, back to packs. Let's see what the scoreboard is. Where are we at? Max has the lead, 41 points. Flawed Thinker's at 22. Scotty Dub 16. Terry McDaniel has 13. Also in double figures, Harlan and Uncle Rich 11. And there's the rest of the standings. We are going to play 1993 Fleer baseball. I think there's a Tom Glavine in every pack. And then let me get because we'll go off the YouTube. Since sometimes it's quirky over here on the StreamYard. Where's my YouTube app? There we go. All righty then. My channel. We are live. I'm going to hit that like button. Hey, if you haven't, join me in smashing. Oh, shit, I can't. Can I not hit the like button? There I can. All right. Oh, shit. Now I can't find the live chat. There we go. Okay. Here we go. 93 Fleer. Tom Glavine on the cover. Max says you're not a typical Ellen. I'm not a true fib. And Madison is. That's true. Madison is very different than the rest of the state. I'm okay with that as long as I stay away from. I'm not a big fan of the crunchy granola side of town. Where are we at? I mean, technically, I'm not in Madison. I'm like way out in the boonies, right? Like there was a cornfield in my backyard at the old house. Now there's a cornfield just down the street. All right, so we got side. Ooh, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. A Pirates pitcher. Pirates pitcher. I don't think he played very much. Although, wow, he played more in the big leagues than I thought. This guy. He also played for the Giants. Played for the Giants in 85, 86, 87. Played for the Astros in 89. Now, he also played in the minor leagues those years as well, 91, 92. Mason is correct. Roger Mason. I think Flawed Thinker got that one. John Smiley, some good guesses, but Roger Mason, Flawed Thinker. Wow, pulling that one out. Roger Mason. That's a garbage can card. Let's see. Let's update the scoreboard. Flawed Thinker with the point, and he is at 23. All right. Next up. Okay. A little bigger name than Roger Mason. Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore Orioles. Yeah, we missed you last week, Max. Let's see. It is not somebody got it right. Tom, I think. Tom, wow. Tom down in P-Town. Glenn Davis. Tom Gibson, is that your first point? Actually, last week, Max, I think we got a lot of first-time scores last week. Yeah, Bronco, Tom Gibson, that dude from Duryea, and I think Hall of Fame card collector all got their first points last week. But Tom, with his second point, we got to move old Tom up the board. Hey, Tom, were you at the Peoria Card Show Sunday? I forgot to ask my buddy because my buddy Dave was set up there. Where's Dave? Dave Arnold not in the chat today. Dave was set up as a dealer there last weekend. Didn't ask him how it went. Oh, shit. All right. So Tom Gibson now with 2 points. Glenn Davis was correct. Uncle Rich saw a ton of answers before he saw the card. Let's see. Max says, and I supposed you opened something after I was in diapers too. Let's see. Maybe a refresh. Yeah. Oh, here's a good one. Here's a good one. Look at that. Minnesota Twins on this card. Chili Davis is correct. Tom Gibson. Tom's got that fast Peoria internet this morning. Chili Davis. Chili Davis. Back-to-back Davises. Tom Gibson moving up the scoreboard. Let's see. Where are we at? So Tom was at 2, now 3. Man, Tom is just leaping up the scoreboard. And he now leapfrogs again. All right. Oh, let's take that one out. And there we go. Chili Davis. All right, Shane, have a good day. Have a fantastic Friday. Bleed Cubby Blue says, I'm just going to guess the next is Davis, right? Just say Davis. Maybe they were packed in alphabetical order. No, because we had Roger Mason first. Oh, here's a good one. Detroit Tigers, a catcher. This one should be easy. All right. Yep. Looks like we got a whole bunch. Tom Gibson was the first again. Tom is sweeping the day. Oh, wait, no, we had Flawed Thinker take the first one. Card Hobbyist. I love it. I love your answer. Who would have thought Bigfoot, Illinois would get so much publicity this morning? Mickey Tettleton was the answer. Tom again with the point. Let's see. Tom's at 4. I's now Minneapolis kid. All right. Next up. Atlanta Braves. Where's Max? Max comes in talking all this shit, and he hasn't even had a point today. Nixon is correct. And let's see. Oh, man, everybody guessed Nixon. Bigfoot Nixon, Card Hobbyist. Card Hobbyist with the point. Otis Nixon. All right. Card Hobbyist. And where are you at? Where is he at? Where's Card Hobbyist? 10 points now for Card Hobbyist. And he's right on Uncle Rich's heels. Uncle Rich with 11. All right. Ooh, Max still talking shit. Max talking shit. All right, here we go. Phillies. This is a tougher one. Merle says the Bigfoot Inn is booking reservations. I bet it looks like an old-fashioned supper club. I bet the Bigfoot Inn is pretty good. Now, when I drive through, I'll be driving through there next Sunday. I'm going to be I'll take some. Remember back in the old days, Aunt Ethel would come over with her what the hell do you call it? Slideshows of her vacation in Maui. You had to sit down and watch all these freaking pictures. That's what I'll do of Bigfoot. Okay. Do we have a correct answer? We do. That was a tough one. We have a correct answer. Let's see. We just have one correct answer. We do. Flawed Thinker gets Juan Bell. Juan Bell. Flawed Thinker, another point. And he now is at 24. Flawed Thinker with 24 points. All right. Now we go down to the Arch City. Oh, shit. All right. Let's see how I could do this. Here we go. St. Louis Cardinals. Langford is correct. Langford is correct. Who do we got? Card Hobbyist. Card Hobbyist once again with the point. Ray Langford. Let's see. Card Hobbyist. Card Hobbyist. I think that puts him, yes, in a tie. Card Hobbyist now tied with Uncle Rich and Harlan. 11 points each. All right. Ooh, now we've got one. I'm not going to give any hints away, but I think you'll get this. I think you'll get this guy. Shit. Tom Gibson, the fastest fingers. Tom Gibson with another point. Mike Bucina. We won't throw him away. We'll keep him on the side. Let's see. Banner. Tom Gibson now 5. He leapfrogs Minneapolis Kid. Tom Gibson just behind Philly Joe now. Flip floppies. Gibson with. Okay. All right, next up. Oh, Merle's got the trash guys at his curb. Next week's a big one. Next week is recycle day. All right, Seattle Mariners. Uncle Rich says, ever since I pointed out the Tom Gibson issue with YouTube, he's been on a roll. Seattle Mariners. We do have, so Tom Gibson is first on StreamYard. Is he first on YouTube? He is. Tino Martinez for Tom Gibson. Tino. Climbing the board. Tom Gibson. Tom Gibson ties Philly Joe. Now you've got some work to do to catch Card Hobbyist. He's at 11. You do it today, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could do it today. Tom Gibson, if he sweeps the rest of this pack, he will surpass Uncle Rich and Harlan and the Card Hobbyist. Tom with 6 points, 6 cards remaining in this pack. All right, here we go. Tuffy. A Blue Jay Tuffy. And not Rhodes. All right. White is not correct. Ducey, no. Maldonado, no. Bell, no. This is one of those, when you hear it, you'll be like, ah, damn. Merle gets it. It's Manny Lee. Manuel or Manny Lee. Merle on the board. So Merle, I think you're at what, 2 or 3 points? Merle is at, that gives you 2 points for Merle. So he leapfrogs a couple players. Merle is tied now with Peter and SoCal guy. Okay, there we go. All right, next up, we go to Cincinnati. Cincinnati, the Reds, 93 Fleer. Green is correct. Tom Gibson. Merle says, I'm just here to keep Tom from passing Rich. Where are we at? Tom Gibson. Willie Green. So yeah, with Merle getting that point, Tom Gibson's sweep would only tie him with Uncle Rich, Harlan, and the Card Hobbyist. All right, so where are we at? Tom Gibson now passes Philly Joe. 7 points for Tom. This is Tom's day. All right, okay. I'd like to take this moment to remind everyone that Max does not have a point today. Wah, wah. He came in all hot talking shit. Doesn't get a point. All right. I like giving you shit, Max. Next up, we go to Houston. The Astros. This is tough. I would not know this one. Peter says, happy Tom Gibson Day. Today is Tom Gibson Day. Houston Astros pitcher. This is tough. I would not get this. You gave me 10 guesses. I wouldn't get it. Probably after 3 guesses, I'd be like, just tell me. Just tell me. But it looks like Flawed Thinker knows exactly who it is. It is Brian Williams. Flawed Thinker with the point. Brian Williams. Brian Williams. He's an excellent prospect who has made the jump from rookie league ball into the show in just 3 professional seasons. Brian Williams, ladies and gentlemen. Flawed Thinker with the point, and that gives him 25 for the Flawed Thinker. All righty, and now Bowen was a good guess. Bowen was a good guess. He might have been on my short list of wrong answers that I would have guessed. All right, San Diego Padres. This is another tough one. Card Hobbyist says that one card makes you a Brian Williams super collector. I wonder, my new favorite website, TCDB, I wonder how many Brian Williams there's. Dude, baseball. Let's see. Oh wait. I'm gonna have to go back. I've got a couple people saying Tom had that first. Let's finish this one up. I want to see Brian Williams. Brian Williams overview. Oh, he has 92 cards. Holy crap. Can you see? Oh, okay. Let's see. Rodriguez is correct. So this is Rodriguez, Rich Rodriguez. So this point most certainly goes to Flawed Thinker. But it looks like the last one on Brian Williams, we may have to have a retraction. This is Rich Rodriguez. So the point is awarded to Flawed Thinker. However, we may leave the scoreboard as it is because multiple people are saying Tom had Williams first. So let's go back. Oh, I love this. We can go back and check the replay. What? And he did. I missed Tom's comment. Williams was first by Tom. Terry had Oil Can. Rich had Bowen. Peter said that guy. John had Bowen. There were so many, and so I just didn't see Tom's. So Flawed Thinker gets the point for Rodriguez, so he stays at 25 points. But the previous Brian Williams point will go to Tom, so we will update Tom's score from 7 to 8 points. All right. So Tom gets credit for Brian Williams. Flawed Thinker gets credit for Rich Rodriguez. And your updated scores as follows, scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. We have 2 cards remaining. 2 cards remaining. We go to the south. We were talking White Sox earlier. We go to the south side with this White Sox pitcher. I think multiple people will get this, so I'll have to be careful. I'll have to be careful to see. Okay, I see at least one correct answer coming in. So here we go. Fernandez is correct, and it's Tom. Tom, once again, he is the 1993 Fleer expert. Alex Fernandez, stud at Miami. Alex Fernandez and Tom moving on up. Tom with 9 points, so he can move into double figures with a correct guess on this one last card from 1993 Fleer Baseball. This is Merle's territory, the Twins. Merle, can you get this? Rich says no pressure. Tom's on the line for double digits. Okay, so we've got some twin answers coming in. It is not Kent Herbeck. It is not Gary Gaetti. Nor is it Derek Jeter. It is Scott Leas. I think Merle gets it. Let me just double check. I think that's the only Leas. Oh, yeah, SoCal guy later on, but Leas is correct. Merle. 2 points today for Merle. Scott Leas or Leas? Leas or Leas? All right, so Merle gets that last point. Get the so Merle goes up to 3 points. He ties Ken. All right. So here's our standings after today. Max with that 41 points, but none today. The Flawed Thinker gained some ground. He has 25. Scotty Dubs has 16. Terry with 13. Harlan has 11 with Uncle Rich and the Card Hobbies. Tom Gibson, what a move, all the way up to 9 points today. If he keeps this up, only be a couple weeks before he catches Max. Philly Joe, 6. Minneapolis Kid with 4. Ken and Merle with 3 each. Peter has 2 points, along with SoCal Guy 1967. Flipping Sports Guy, Diego, Mark Marinello, Brian K, John Maybe, Grinding for Good, TD Sports Cards, Hall of Fame card collector, that dude from Duryea, and Bronco with 1 point apiece. All right, so that was fun. 93 Fleer. Who knew we could have so much fun with 93 Fleer? All righty. Where are we at? Do we have any comments to catch up on? Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. We play this game. If you're new here, we play this game. Name that player every Friday morning here on Hobby Evolution. Merle says he should have started Tom on his free-for-all fantasy team. Let's see. Tom says, good game. Hooray for being home on short-term disability. Not good, but hey, you get to win some points on the free-for-all Friday. Tom did kill it today. Max says he's safe until Santa, unless Rich rigs something again against me. We're just keeping it fair. Keeping it fair. Card Hobbyist, I'll need another year of Max not playing to catch Max. So the thing, it's actually my StreamYard for a couple of weeks. It was, we were having those issues. Haven't had those issues the last couple of weeks. Merle says, thank you to all the veterans out there. Tom did not make it to the Peoria show. I still have a couple weeks on crutches, so it would have been tough logistics. Yes. Rich says, if you're getting paid and it's not serious, then you enjoy the time off. There you go. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Come see me in Rockford tomorrow. I'll be at the Rockford Card Show, IBEW Banquet Hall, 6820 Miller Road, Rockford, Illinois. Dime boxes, dollar boxes, and hopefully if UPS delivers today, we'll have supplies from penny sleeves, card savers, to top loaders. Also, hit up my eBay store. You can go to 99centcards.com. You can also visit the link in my description. Buy 7 or more cards at regular price, and you'll receive 25% off at checkout. So with that, I'm out. No show tomorrow morning. I'll be in Rockford, but we will review the card show on Sunday, probably 8:30-ish Central Time, Sunday morning. We'll see you then. Have a great weekend.